I just wanna be free with my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see?
Okay. Hello, everyone. It's another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. I'm your host, Kamille Smith, and it's episode 115th. Why? How time has flied. And I just wanted to take a moment to talk about this month. It is February. It is what? February 4th. Um, hear me out. I ideally wanted to do this earlier in the week, like the beginning, like February 1st. So I was able to sing, it's the first of the month, wake up, wake up, wake up, it's the first of the month. However, life is lifing. And I wasn't able to. But I do want to take a moment to recognize some things in Black History Month. And when I mean Black History Month, I know most times, especially Canadians, we always talk about the American Black history. Like Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, or Malcolm X, or either Harriet Tubman. But I realized that there's times when we should embrace, especially if you're, well, Jamaican Canadian or Canadian Jamaican, you want to recognize like Marcus Garvey, and especially you would want to recognize living in Canada, like Viola Desmond, which is now part of the dollar bill. But I'm gonna give a big shout out to it's gonna make sense in a second. Um, Kwame Delfish, she's a great friend of Akua Delfish that does D Life and all that good stuff. He was able to make a second Canadian mint, so a coin for Black History Month, which gives the story of the Underground Railroad. So I'm definitely going to post this. I'm gonna post his IG account so everyone's able to see it because it actually looks amazing. And I just wanted to give a shout out because it's Black History Month and it's his second coin and it looks amazing. So it's just I just wanna big up my people that. So bam. um and also, not only that is we obviously for Black History Month, how can we forget the lovely calendar that represents mostly BIPOC? I'm gonna say mostly BIPOC um, businesses, small business owners. So, folks, remember, comment, like, subscribe for you able to get the frequency event promotions calendar. I still have some. I haven't given them out yet. It's coming. It's coming. I swear. It's just this weekend in particular is crazy. And before I start, who survived Friday's weather? If you're living, actually, I'm not even gonna say if you're living in Canada, even the states, even Texas and Arkansas had an ice storm. And I have family that lives in Arkansas, and they said no one. It reminds me when it happened in Atlanta, and I'm not laughing, but remind me when I was when people in Atlanta experienced like 2 inches of snow and they couldn't do anything. And my uncle or my cousin said that yeah, no one could go anywhere because it was an ice storm. So boom. But yesterday in Canada, in Toronto, Toronto was Outside was feeling like -19, feels like -30 or whatever they said. And the saddest part is in other provinces like Quebec, it was colder. It was like an extreme cold warning. But surprisingly, Alberta or like Edmonton was like -8. So whatever the groundhog said on on Thursday, which I shouldn't even be laughing because I saw in the news that the groundhog in Quebec passed away just before announcing whether we're gonna have an early spring or a longer winter. I started dying because I knew how cold Quebec was. Like I started dying of laughter. So, woo! However, this is going to be a short episode again because I'm also going to another funeral, and I did want to just take a moment to honor my godfather because he has passed. He was like a grandpa to me, and I just wanted to take a moment to honor him. He was amazing to me. I remember when I'm such a child when it comes to certain things or remembering, but I remember him having an amazing business, and he would often like go to Ottawa or whatnot. And one time, me, my god sister, younger god sister, God's brother, I was gonna say godson by accident, god brother and him was able to go to Ottawa. And I was so excited because it was my first time going to Ottawa. I think, golly, we were like 12, 13, such things. And I was just so happy to go to Ottawa. And I was able to see the parliament. And I grabbed a rock and I kept it for safekeeping and wrote Ottawa Rock. I can't find it right now, but I know I still have it. But I just wanted to share that moment I had with him because it was lovely, and I am going to miss you, of course. And I don't know why I'm wearing purple today, but I just thought it would look ideal and all that good stuff. Um, but on that note, I do want to keep this episode light but good. And I found it actually there's another thing. If you didn't so anyone that lives in Toronto and you had till February 2nd, and it's the funny thing is I didn't remember about this vacant home tax um that you had to claim or not claim or just submit the documents and proof that you actually live at that house. City of Toronto. Anyone that lives like, in Durham, y'all good for now. Anyone that lives in Peel, y'all good for now because I haven't seen anything else from those cities. If correct me if I'm wrong, but you had to fill out this form to show that you actually live in that place. So, if you didn't do it, these are the things that you're gonna have to find. You're gonna have to find the property tax. Your property tax has your assessment roll number, your customer number, which is also found on the property tax, and then also the documents that shows on the vacant home tax exempt. If you did not do it, or if you don't do it soon, you will get fined and all that good stuff. So just do it. Do it, folks. Do it. And all that good stuff. I'm trying to I this is kind of up in the air episode, but I did see interesting um topic, and I will talk about it again, but I'm going to start it off with the fire. And if you don't know what fire is FIRE means in the personal finance world is sorry. In the personal finance world, FIRE means financially independence, retire early. And I know there's a lot of folks that are like, what? Retire early? Nah, I'm okay if I work. Or ideally, I think in this generation, I mean like my generation. I'm not gonna talk about the Gen X. No, not Gen X, sorry. Gen alphas or whatever the Z's, alpha, all whatever. I'm not gonna go based on them. I think like my generation, we understand that we want financial independence or financial freedom. And just because what we see our parents go through or grandparents, we want to have that experience and be able to, instead of retire when we're 65 and stuff, to retire earlier and be able to do the things we want. But the issue is with that is that there's two categories when it comes to the like people in my opinion, in is there's folks that don't see that it's gonna happen, so they have like a fixed mindset, like they don't see them retiring anytime soon, or there's the ones that have like um abundance mindset and like want to thrive and retire early, right? And I'm part of, I'll say I'm not in the middle, definitely not in the middle, because I know I want to retire early and all that good stuff. But I've come to realize there's different types of fire. And I'm not talking about zodiac signs, folks. I'm talking about financial independence, retire early, right? So basically, that's when you plan to retire. So normally people retire age 65. They probably going to try to push it to age 67 or whatnot. And hopefully not. But yeah, that's the game plan, age 65. But now the new game plan is to retire when you're in your 40s. I'm almost 40, guys. Ha! Can't you believe that? I'm almost in my 40s, and I mean, I don't see me retiring in my 40s, but I see me living comfortably in my 40s and 50s. And then I also found out that there's different types of fire, and I'm like, what? So I'm gonna let you guys know them because I thought they were interesting. So give me 1 second. And side note, I just remembered. I don't know how I forgot to mention to you guys. I know I'm recording on this because I like how the background is and all that good stuff. But can we take a moment to be happy for me? Because guess what's back? Guess who's back? Here is my baby. Ooh, So my laptop's back after a whole ass month. I was not a happy camper, and I got a discount because they knew I was not impressed with all that stuff. Okay, so here it is. So there's I found 5 different fire things. So there's coast fire, where to accumulate enough money so you don't need to contribute another dollar to retirement comfortably by traditional retirement age, which is normally 65, or the early age is 55. I don't know if you guys heard of Freedom 55. If you're able to start when you're 25, work your 30 years, then you're able to retire 55, right? And then there's lean fire, where it's accumulate enough money to cover your essential expenses like food, transportation, and housing. There's F.I.R.E, which accumulate enough money that allows you to cover living expenses, but also afford the luxuries in life. Hold that because I'm going to come back to that. Regular F.I.R.E, where you accumulate enough money that covers 25%, nope, sorry, 25x of your annual expenses so you can retire comfortably using the 4% rule. And then Barista F.I.R.E, which is accumulating enough money so you can switch to part-time to supplement your retirement income. You know, the one that looks appealing, I think I've always said this, the one that looks appealing to me is Barista Fire. And the reason why I say that is because I know no matter what, I'm going to continue with Finance IQ and to educate individuals. So I'm never not going to work, but I know that if I was to do it less hours than norm, and I haven't to because I did not have my laptop, I did not work as much in January as I would have liked. So I took time to rest. But it drove me nuts and all that stuff. But yeah, the one that I like, the second one that I like is, or the one that's interesting is the Fat Fire. And the reason why I say that one's more interesting is because most times I'm not gonna say all, some people like to have their wants before they can afford it. And I think when you have enough money accumulated that you can do those things, you can buy those, and I call them liabilities because luxury items is something that you don't actually need and it's not going to help you generate income, but it's just to have your status like you looking nice or you feel like you've made it, but you haven't really because about bank account don't look the same. And trust me, bank accounts I've been seeing, if your bank account don't look like what I've been seeing, you shouldn't be getting luxury stuff. And that's just my opinion. Again, my opinion. But I just think having the Fat Fire, if that's I think that should be most people's goals to cover the living expenses and also afford the luxury lifestyle. Then by all means, like who am I to say anything, right? And but having that enough money to cover your expenses for like 25 years, hey, by all means, that's the regular one. But if you like to volunteer, if you like to still stay active and stuff and retire in your 40s and continue, maybe the Barista Fire is for you, right? Um, I like them all. The Coast Fire is interesting, but I think I always tell myself, no matter what, pay yourself first. So there's never gonna be a time where I don't put money at the like put money on the side for like when shit happens. 'Cause boy, shit been happening, yeah. So I even though you're coasting, you're like good. Oh, I don't need any more money. No matter what, always have that mindset to pay yourself first. Because these bills don't the phone company, electricity company, they don't care. They don't care. Pay yourself first, right? So that was just a snippet that I wanted to mention about that. Because so much has been happening. Life is lifing right now. But like again, I don't want to leave y'all without something every week. I've committed to something once a week. Um, and I'm here. I do want, once again, if you want to be a guest speaker, there are a lot of activities happening in the community for Black History Month. I'm in this other I'm in this other group that is mentioning a lot of things that are going on. Like, there's a lot of Black History Month things happening. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also post a couple things in the show notes, um, and just show you guys the directions on how to get them. Because I've seen like at least 20 events. I'm gonna try to go to one, and let's see if I'm able to do like a live thing and attend. Oh, but I know already one that I'm going to. Ryan, Ryan, Knight mentioned um the event that he's doing with ACBN. I'm going to that one. I don't care if it's online. I probably do the Friday online and then go to the event the Saturday because Dr. George Fraser, I don't care. He was amazing. Like, he was absolutely amazing. So definitely check that out. But I do see the time. I don't want to be that person that's late because I got to do. So Black History Month, try to learn something every week. I'm still doing the 52-week challenge. We are on was it week 5? Yeah, week 5. So you would have saved $15 already. Or if you doubled it, you would have saved $30 already. So let me know if you're doing that challenge as well. And I should be sending out a newsletter by Sunday. That is my promise to y'all. Anyone, I'm trying to do this monthly newsletter so I can stay relevant with everyone and all that good stuff. And tax season's coming up. So on that note, folks, make sure you tell everyone that you love them, or the ones that you check on your strong friends. Be kind to others. I experienced an event where just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you should make someone else have a bad day. And if someone is doing something that is going to trigger you or piss you off, it's better to lead with love than with war or violence. And I decided to choose peace than violence. So I was really proud of myself. My mom would be very, very proud. And yeah, just tell someone that you haven't talked to in a minute that you care, because life is short. Life is short. And on that note, folks, I'm out because I gotta still prepare for this. All right. Peace out. Oh, why is it always do that?
Financial literacy, knowledge is a must. So link the flip boss, watch the result flash, and watch your life change and feel a better cause. You have a business or a plan and want to make it. Yeah, flip and floss, are they want to manifest it. Yeah, and if you want to better manage all your credit, call the boss. Flip and floss, no doubt, then we do it. Yeah, flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, greatness in our blood because we're working for your cause. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, boots up your knowledge for your minimal cost. Hey, yeah, flip and floss, money literacy boss. Greatness in our blood because we're working for your cause. Flip and floss, money literacy boss. Yeah, up your knowledge for your minimal cost.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Also, happy birthday, Andre! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Happy birthday, Andre.